We have an omnibus regulation coming in, and we need some improvement of the actual regulations. Simplification, there is over-regulation, and we need perhaps a slight explanation or modification of some of the most contentious dispositions, especially on the CSDDD. We don't want to revise everything. We want harmonization between all the data that is required from us, 5 different transition plans, different acceptance of words in the CSRD, the CS3D, the taxonomy, so there needs to be a streamlining and harmonization.
We recognize the goals and the targets that the directive hopes to achieve. We are deeply concerned that this is not a mechanism through which we can achieve those targets. The standards and the requirements that CSDDD lays out for companies are in many cases unworkable. In some cases counterproductive, because we think that they will lead to a withdrawal of investment and cooperation and coordination across global supply chains, including with small and medium companies and third countries. We're happy to hear the conversations happening here in Europe around a re-examination of those mechanisms. We hope to be a productive partner in that, but I think it's critically important that the Commission and the co-legislators send a clear signal that they want to work with business to understand how can they actually achieve the goals that they have set out for themselves.
We do not yet have clear guidance on how the implementation is supposed to take place. One thing, though, which appears quite likely is the availability of data, the access to data, the capacity of SME in the manufacturing supply chain to provide in a harmonized manner data to the clients, those requesting data. The whole data access and interoperability of data exchange is a major issue. There are, of course, other aspects when it comes to liability, when it comes to planning, but data seems to be one of the biggest ones for the manufacturing standpoint so far.
Europe has a lot of potentials, but I would consider 4 key things going forward. The first one is reducing regulatory burden, starting with CSDDD. The second one is about embracing technology neutrality, which will be very important to make the energy transition cheaper for European citizens. The third one is supporting circularity. And the fourth one is to promote market-based mechanisms to enable this transition to be affordable. I think if the Commission was to embrace those and take action now, we could be in a much better place.
I think conversations like what we've had today at IOGP really confirmed to me that many leading companies are already doing due diligence in their supply chains, in their operations, and know what this is about and have actually shown the way for other companies. Transition plans need to be understood better, and we need better international standards to make sure that transition plans are credible and aligned across the board.
Europe's competitiveness is crippling. The EU legislators continue adding burdens on companies who have to report and report and report for every type of legislation. And it's just too much. The taxonomy, the CSRD, the CSDDD, and not all of these reports are very purposeful, are used by investors, are even read by NGOs, and companies want information that they report on to be decision useful for the external world.
We are very proud to organize this kind of workshop because it's across industry. You had the textile industry, you had Business Europe, the Trade Association, you had Wind Europe, so you have the renewables, you have oil and gas, you have chemical industry, you have really unbelievable how many industries are behind it. And therefore to create a platform for European industry to discuss their issues and to be able to share these issues towards the EU institutions, this is what I am the most proud of.